What's happening, fellas? Got some great news. Tomorrow, flying out of JFK International Airport to Paris to Dubai, all the way to Saudi Arabia the day after, flying pretty much halfway around the world to cover the Dakar 2023 rally for you guys. I'm going to get some killer behind-the-scenes footage. I'm actually working, and I'm actually sponsored by the Motul synthetic oil company. They're one of the largest partners of motorsports teams throughout the industry. They do MotoGP, they do motocross, supercross, they do the World Rally Championship Series, and they are the primary sponsor of the Dakar 2023 rally. They've got a bunch of teams they're sponsoring, and they're sponsoring me going over there. Totally pumped to be going. This is a bucket list event. If you don't know about the Dakar rally, stay tuned. I'm going to give you a little bit of rundown of the history of the event. But yeah, check it out. Dakar. Not just motorcycles, there's going to be cars and trucks and side-by-sides and ATVs. The motorcycle class is now limited to 450cc because of 700cc and larger bikes. Guys are just getting killed on them going too fast. But Motul, major power sport team partner here. They are one of the primary sponsors for the Monster Energy Honda team. They are a primary sponsor of Hero Motorsports and the Sherco Racing Factory team. What does that mean for you? I'm going to get behind-the-scenes footage interviewing some of the factory racers, the mechanics, the teams, footage of the race rigs, which is a whole nother thing. They actually the rally rigs actually have their own race. So in the bike category, you've got the HRC team with 4 riders. You've got Sherco with 3 riders. You've got Hero Motorsports with 3 riders, and you've got the side-by-sides, the quads, the ATVs, and of course the car racing, which is, you you get companies like Porsche and Audi, and some real heavy hitters are going to be here. Toyota, somewhere over 600 competitors. 80% of them are professionals. 20% of them are privateers. And they actually have a class that Motul came up with this year called the Originals. What is the Originals? It's a race without any assistance, privateers only. They only get to bring 1 extra set of tires. And guys, this is a 5,250-mile race. That's like all the way across the United States, sea to shining sea, and back with one extra set of tires and a couple extra parts. Total privateers, and they get to sleep in tents. That's it. So this is like the original privateer, sponsored by Motul, who's providing all the products they need, all the oil and fuel, and transporting their tires for them. If you know me, you know I'm crazy about trucks, and I am beyond excited to see the factory truck category teams. Motul is sponsoring the RIC, or Rick Rally team. They have these big Iveco giant diesel turbocharged trucks that actually jump these things over sand dunes. I was watching videos earlier today. Now, they race across the Sahara Desert, 5,200 miles, but it's not just desert. There's mountains, and there's hills and rocks, and there are, desert areas that, if you saw our videos from Sand Mountain, imagine like 1,500 square miles of mountains like Sand Mountain, and racing across them with nothing but a GPS to get you there. So it's going to be pretty intense. I'm going to get some really killer behind-the-scene footage, and I'm also going to be at the Motul Bivouac, which is like basically a little tent city they set up in the middle of the desert. And I'm going to get to do what they call a driving experience. I don't have all the details, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to get to drive a Dakar race car or a quad or something like that. But I'm actually going to get to drive in the desert. Hopefully I'll get some good footage to share with you guys on that too. So stay tuned. I'll be uploading videos as long as there's Wi-Fi there as I go every day from the event. So with our sponsorship with Motul, this is going to open up some big doors for us to be able to get behind the scenes footage, because Motul is a primary sponsor of Supercross, Supercross teams, motocross teams, rallycross, the World Rally Championship, which is this race, the Dakar race, is the first round of the World Rally Championship. They also sponsor FIA GT, the Le Mans 24 Hours, MotoGP, which is 1 round in the United States. So I'm going to be able to go behind the scenes with a press pass with Motul, filming some of the most incredible racing scenes we're going to get for 2023. And what better way to start it with the first week in Dakar. So guys, I hope you're half as excited as I am. I'm going to share. This is all about getting killer footage for you guys to watch and share this experience. There's Motul wanted, they were originally, they were formed in the United States in the 1800s. Motul's been in business for 170 years, but they're a French-based company now, and they want more American coverage of the event. And so my job is to go and share with you guys the behind the scenes action at Dakar. But I'm really excited about the Bagger Racing League. They're a big sponsor of the Bagger Racing League. That's Harley Davidson and Indian, and a couple of the brands, but mainly Harley Davidson and Indian road racing on street legal, what were street legal baggers, production based machines. So stay tuned. Right when we get back, we're going down to pick up our to go to where our the 53-foot semi is getting painted and outfitted for our adventure to follow the race series. We'll be going to some AMA Supercross, motocross events with the big rig. The Daytona Bike Week will be a Daytona Bike Week in March. So we're gonna have some great events we're gonna cover this year. Americade, Laconia, the Southwick National, Unadilla, MX Rewind. Those are all events I plan on being on to get you guys some killer footage. And there's nowhere on the planet I'd rather be than at these events shooting. So I really consider myself blessed to be at the point where a major manufacturer like Motul would step up and sponsor us. Everything Kaplan America related this year. All of the motorcycles at the museum will all have Motul lubricants in them, and oils and brake fluids. All the bikes that we restore at Kaplan Cycles, the new gas bikes that we're going to be racing this year, the gas 700 that Junior's building and the one we're building will all have Motul lubricants. All this is going to be sponsored by Motul, and we'll be running their products exclusively. So hit the like and subscribe, please. It's important to the channel, and we want to get as much views for Motul. So hopefully they'll invite me back next year to the rally. This is my first time there. If you want to go to Daytona, I'm the ultimate tour guide. But this whole Dakar thing is a whole new experience. We've been watching videos of it online. Stage 3 or the third day, you know, I figured they're running through the desert. I didn't expect to see what I saw. They had flash floods because they had so much rain, and there were two Can-Am side-by-side stuck in a raging river. It looked like they were about to flip over, and the two leading competitors in the trucks, first and second place, actually stopped to save these guys who were almost drowning. And I mean, literally, it looked like the water was right up to the top of the doors on the side-by-sides. It looked like they were going to flip over. There was like waves of water in this raging flash flood, and they towed them out. And that's a lot of camaraderie and teamwork in the Dakar rally, and it's a very dangerous event. A lot of people have died at the event. They try to make it safer, but some of the video footage, they'll just be driving across the plains, and you think it's a little small downhill you're going off of, and one car just like went over the top of it and just started flipping and rolled down the hill because it was so rock strewn, and there's mountainous terrain and deserts and pretty much every type of challenge, rocks that you'd imagine in a 5,200 mile off-road rally with no road. There's no roads. It's just straight across the country, across the desert, through no man's land. So Motul is heavily involved and a sponsor in all the sports that I love: superbike racing, supercross, motocross, rallycross, all the events I want to go to. They're there. And so they've been there a long time, since they've been in business 170 years, since I think 1853. And in 1977, Motul won its first motorcycle world champion title in the road racing category with Takazumi Katayama on a Yamaha 350. So I'm leaving tomorrow. I'm flying. I'm rolling out of here at dawn, heading to JFK, and then flying to Paris, then Dubai. We're going to be in Dubai for a day. I'm going to try to get some killer footage in Dubai. It's a beautiful city. I have friends that have lived there, and it's spectacular. We'll have some footage from Dubai, and then we're going right to the Dakar rally, to the bivouac at Saudi Arabia. So it should be an epic bucket list event that I'm looking forward to sharing with you guys. Like I said, I can't think of a better way to kick off the 2023 season than going to the world's largest, most significant rally. In fact, probably the most significant event in all of two-wheeled motorsports. It's a absolutely fantastic event. I think the Isle of Man would probably be the only other event like on the podium that I'd like. MotoGP, Isle of Man, and Dakar. Those are like the events you got to go to while you're still on this earth. And life, it's later than you think, guys. Life is short. You got to get out there and do these things. And if you can't go, I'm going for you. I'm going for us, and I'm going to share it all with you guys. I hope you like it. Hope you appreciate it. Put in your comments what your thoughts are, and stick with me. It's going to be an incredible year. If you follow the channel, you know Junior's down in Florida doing a bunch of testing on the Gas 700 that we're doing a build series on. A whole big box just showed up from Rottweiler Performance, like $4,000 with engine parts. We're going to build like we did on the XR 650, we're going to build a 75 plus horsepower enduro bike. So it's going to be pretty sick. That video Junior just put up a little while ago. Check it out. When we get back, we're heading to, like I said, Pennsylvania to work on the stacker, on the semi, the race rig team rig that we're building, which is going to have Motul logos on it. They're the first one who stepped up to help us out. Super grateful for Motul to believe in us and sponsor us. I'm actually going to be traveling with Darwin Yeager. He's the national marketing manager for Motul, and I get to meet all the executives from Motul. Really pumped about that. A couple months ago, Nolan Browning and Cal Patel from Motul came and toured the museum, toured the shop, and talked about getting involved and sponsoring us for 2023. And they stepped up and they're doing it. So I'm going to make sure that we do a phenomenal job covering these events that they're sponsoring and share it all with you guys. The next 12 weeks are going to be insane. Between Dakar, the Daytona 200, the Supercross, I'm going to try to get to A3, Supercross in Daytona, the American Flat Track Race series I'll be covering. Of course, the Bagger Racing League, now that Motul is sponsoring that, and they're sponsoring us. Of course, I'll be there with a press pass, filming all the action for you guys. We'll cover some drag racing, some hill climbing this year, everything motorsports related right here at the Kaplan America channel. Hit the like and subscribe, please. Share this video and the videos on this vlog. This is the first one of the 2023 vlog. Comment on the type of action you'd like to see, and I'll do my best to get it to you. So the Dakar Rally for 30 years, from 1978 to 2008, ran from Paris to Dakar, but due to some threats of safety of the racers, they stopped running that route, and they changed the route. Now they just call it the Dakar Rally, and it's on average about 500 to 600 miles a day. And it's an event that typically amateurs struggle, and that's why it's 80% professional racing teams. And the amateurs that are there, they've got their work cut out for them. It's a hell of an event. It's nothing like your typical endurance rally or enduro race. This is the real deal. Going through rock-strewn deserts and uncharted lost quarters. It really is a rally raid. Really cool history of the event. In 1977, Terry Sabine actually got lost in the desert on a smaller rally and came up with the idea that this would be a great place to have an annual event. And that's when it started in 78. And there was some, if you're an old timer like me, one of my favorite songs when I was a kid was by the band Cream, In the White Room. The instrumentals are off the hook. Eric Clapton was a member of that band. Of course, you all know who he is. Well, they actually, the drummer for Cream, Ginger Baker, had taken a Range Rover and crossed the desert in it on the way to go set up a recording studio with one of his friends that he liked to jam with, and they did a documentary on it, and that kind of sponsored or kind of promoted the culture of wanting for the rally and having famous musicians involved. That's kind of where the rally got to start. A guy getting lost in the desert and a famous musician doing a Range Rover across the desert. And the rest is history. In 1977, the first year of the rally, 182 competitors lined up. Only 74 of them made it. It was a 6,500-mile sea to shining sea across the desert race with less than half the people making it. The motorcycle category was won by a Yamaha motorcycle the first year. By 1982, there were 382 competitors, and this time it was won by a Honda. Of course, the car manufacturers got involved with competitors like Rolls-Royce and Citroen and Audi getting involved, and lots of sponsors. Because if you won that event, you had the most durable car or motorcycle. Win on Sunday, sell on Monday, right? By the mid-2000s, the competitors were up to like 680, 700 competitors would show up, and everybody was getting involved. Volkswagen, Mitsubishi, Toyota, Ford, all the manufacturers were there. They all wanted to win. Of course, Honda, Suzuki, Yamaha, Kawasaki, and later KTM, who became a dominant force and won for, I think, 20 years in a row. They pretty much had a lockdown on the Dakar rally for 2 decades. 2008 was the last year. It was the Paris to Dakar, and then they had to reroute it due to terrorist threats. Since 2020, the event has been held in Saudi Arabia, and it is the first opening round of the World Rally Championship. So definitely stay tuned. Log on to the YouTube and check out some of the footage that's already been shot at the event by the Dakar site itself, or Monster Energy. They've been shooting all kinds of footage. I'll be there in about 2 days, so stay tuned. By 2011, too many guys have been killed on the big bore 700s and larger, so they limited it to 450 cc's, so make it a little bit safer. Then, of course, you know, the quads, the cars, the trucks, the UTVs, they're all out there. So it's total mayhem, and it's going to be a hell of a lot of fun to spectate and be. I can't wait to get the driving experience they're talking about. So I'm probably rambling now. Thank you for staying tuned. Appreciate it. Hit the like and subscribe, and going to be sending some killer footage up on YouTube for you guys real soon. Thanks for watching. God bless America. God bless all the competitors from all over the world, because it's truly a worldwide event. And God bless Motul for stepping up to sponsor me to get to the event. Pretty psyched about it. Thanks, guys. See you soon.